Anyway, going back to my point, it's not just about winning trophies, it's about setting up the team so year after year after year you can compete. And Tottenham have been doing that. Every year we're competing.
So Arsenal weren't competing now.
For the last couple of years.
We haven't
competed
in the league. No, we haven't. I admit that. But
is there anything positive coming out of Arsenal at the moment, Jay?
But with that fucking prick that's owner, yeah, I can't see it, mate. I can't see it. Like, ever since he's become not even the main shareholder.
Who are you guys talking about? Just so who's the
Stan Kroenke.
Okay.
He's a prick.
Okay.
He's a prick. I don't care. Stan Kroenke. He's a prick. Yeah.
Welcome to the Everybody's a Pundit podcast. Yeah. Today we have my man
Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels, big Spurs fan. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, and then on my left,
Jason Alexander. My friends call me Jay Nova, but whatever suits you. But yeah, big Arsenal fan. I ain't got my top today, unfortunately, but.
Man was scared to wear the Arsenal top.
No, never scared. I just didn't put it onto that. You see the message till like
scared to wear
an hour after you sent it. So
you don't need to see a message, man. You should know. Like it's just.
That's what I thought. We're doing a football podcast.
That's the man I can wear.
Man will have the Arsenal top on, innit?
No, it's fine. Next one, I'll put it on. Nothing. You get me?
So basically, this is a new sports and football podcast, and yeah, we're just gonna wrap football, man. Talk about it's not just specific to to any one team. So I'm a United fan, but it's not going to be specific to United. It's not going to be specific to Arsenal or Spurs. We're just going to talk football every week.
We're just big sports fans, big football fans. We're passionate about it, so we're just going to get together, talk, and hopefully you guys enjoy what you see and what you hear.
So basically, as they say, like, subscribe, all of that. Yeah, just follow the movement. Hopefully you enjoy. And yeah, so let's kick into it, man. So basically, we kind of did one last week, it didn't work out. So we'll touch on some stuff that we discussed last week. And the main thing the first thing that I wanted to discuss, because I've got an Arsenal fan and a Spurs fan in the room, was the power shift that there is in North London, or that a lot of people think there is. So there's been a lot of talking going on this week because you lot are about to take one of their signings from under their nose. Arsenal don't have money to spend, it looks like. So, Pat, what you saying?
I mean, over the last few years, this has been bubbling away, and as we know from the league and the performances, Tottenham have been slowly creeping up, and Arsenal have been on a bit of a decline. There's been obviously the thing is that Arsenal fans keep throwing in my face is but there's no trophies though. When are you not going to win a trophy? But other than that, you can clearly see that Tottenham are in the ascendancy, and Arsenal, unfortunately for them, they haven't been the Arsenal of old. Like Derby days used to be the biggest fear in my life because I knew we were going to get slaughtered by Arsenal, and then I'd have a million fans getting at me, and do you know what I mean? Even now, of course, Derby days, I'm always nervous. It's one of the days that I love and I hate at the same time, because no matter how good you're doing or how bad the other team, it's a derby. Form goes out the window and anything can happen. But I'm always going into them confident now. And usually I'm confident and we're above you lot in the league, and it usually follows on from there. So it's been an interesting ride. I mean it's been lovely to see. I'm really loving what's going on at Spurs at the moment. Obviously we just moved into a stadium, it was a bit delayed. Then afterwards, Arsenal fans were saying, but after you move into the stadium, you're not going to have money to spend. You're not going to be able to do this. And we've thrown that myth out the window because we just went and spent 65 million on one of the most coveted central midfielders out there. So, Ndombele. So, I mean, there's big positive things coming out of Tottenham at the moment. And the fact that you guys were talking about and looking at this Saliba guy, admittedly, I don't know anything about him. I'm not going to lie and say to you, he's this, he's that. I've read reviews.
But you're happy that
I think it's banner. If nip this guy from under your noses, considering you lot have been in talks with him for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Everything was coming out of your club as positive. You're going to sign him. He's this, he's that. He's held as like the next Varane. So there's big talk about this guy over in the French league. But they said he's not ready for the Prem just yet. So the thing is, Arsenal were going to sign him, send him straight back there for another season. So obviously he can get himself ready and he'll be, prepped and good to go next season. The good thing about it was that I think the fee's at 25 million, but Arsenal only had to put down a down payment of 5 million. So you could lock him in and then obviously, go and acquire your other targets. But the fact that Tottenham just come in at the 23rd hour and just said, bang, we'll offer you X amount, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then the club are like, okay, cool. And then
all Arsenal need to do is just bid more. Just put more.
Yeah,
if they really want the player,
exactly,
they just got to pay more.
Yeah.
But we don't know what's going on. Like, if you take him, it'd be annoying, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, you still got a lot to do in terms to say the power has shifted. Nicking one player from Arsenal doesn't say that the power has shifted.
No, of course not. But it's just another thing on the list.
I get that, but at the end of the day, it's all about trophies. You could buy any player you want. If your club's not winning anything, it doesn't mean anything. You get what I'm saying?
Correct.
But you haven't done that since 2008. We've done it previously.
Yeah. But you've also got to admit that sometimes because obviously it's an easy cop out to just say it's all about trophies.
But it is.
It is.
If Man City weren't winning anything, how could they talk to Man United?
But it's also, there's more to it than just winning trophies. There's teams that we know that have won trophies and been relegated and they've never come back to the Premier League, i.e. Wigan. Roberto Martinez in his final season at Wigan, he won the FA Cup or the Cup, whichever it was. The team got relegated.
Yeah, I think it was the FA.
He nicked a move to Everton on the back of that.
Yeah.
And he did okay at Everton. Again, he got found out. It wasn't, it's not his level. He's now the Belgian coach. God knows how he got that job, considering, Belgium are they're rated as the best team in the world right now, right? And
I don't understand.
I mean, the talent pool they have there, and they got him. But anyway, going back to my point, it's not just about winning trophies. It's about setting up the team so year after year after year you can compete. And Tottenham have been doing that. Every year we're competing.
So Arsenal weren't competing now.
For the last couple of years.
We haven't
competed
in the league. No, we haven't. I admit that. But
is there anything positive coming out of Arsenal at the moment, Jay?
Well, with that fucking prick that's owner, I can't see it, mate. I can't see it. Like, ever since he's become not even the main shareholder.
Who are you guys talking about? Just so who's the
Stan Kroenke.
Okay.
He's a prick.
Okay.
He's a prick. I don't care. Stan Kroenke. He's a prick. Yeah. And ever since he became majority shareholder, not even the sole owner, majority shareholder, everything has just gone left at Arsenal. Yeah. And all these shareholders, Nina Bracewell Smith, Danny Fitzman, what was the other one? Was Ken Fryer one of them? All these guys that sold out, Arsenal sold to this prick. Yeah. I hope you're happy with yourself. This is what's happening.
Why did they do that? Are these guys just
it's all about that for them, bro.
Were these guys fans or were they just people that had
when they were on the board, everything was cool. We had David Dean.
Yeah.
Any player we went in for, we got him.
Yeah.
So that's where he went pair when David Dean left.
And then they started selling their shares to the Arsenal. Okay. Now we're in we've got money, but we're not spending it correctly.
Yeah, but what's all of this? I mean, what's your take on this whole Arsenal only have 40 to 45 million pounds?
No, Arsenal got more than that, I believe.
I just can't believe a club of your stature.
It's all a smoke screen. Arsenal haven't said Arsenal specifically haven't come out and said they have 45 million. It's all come from journalists.
But where journalists come from or a fan?
No, it's journalists. Arsenal probably leaked it to put it out there. Arsenal haven't directly said it themselves. So David Ornstein, he's probably got links in Arsenal. Arsenal told him we've got 45. He's come out and said Arsenal got 45, but Arsenal have more than that.
But the thing is though, so last week you lot was going in for Zaha and you lot are bidding stupid money. So that kind of suggests that you ain't really got the money to spend on players.
Well, because recently, I mean,
because you can have the money, but do you have the money to spend?
That's the thing.
You know what I mean? Because you might
want to spend.
Did Arsenal actually bid though? I could tell you that I've bidded for something, but I'm telling you that I know if I have or not. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing where.
Well, Crystal Palace have come out and said that they were offended with the first bid, so I believe.
Have they actually put out a statement themselves on the club website saying that, or has it come from Sky Sports?
Yeah, we're just hearing stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But then also we now have heard directly from Will Zaha's reps that they're saying that they don't believe Arsenal have the money to buy him. So that has come from.
I think we have, but the thing is. Not to blow it on him, you know what I'm saying? Like I said personally, there's other targets.
I know.
There's other targets. Arsenal don't have to put all the eggs in one basket. You got Fraser out there, good winger, a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Go and get him.
And arguably
A lot of
more
man don't,
productive.
but a lot of man we've been speaking to ain't even rating Fraser.
Yeah, I've been rating Fraser for last
Fraser, he's
2
a good
seasons.
player.
You think,
He's a good player. I've seen him play live. He's a good player.
He's not a wholesale name,
that's what I mean,
innit? And some certain man are getting
You want them
hooked
work
up on
yeah,
that.
but I'm after these guys that will work hard, proven. You get what I'm saying? Play with heart.
Yeah, and will come in and do a job.
Do a job.
Yeah, and he ticks all of the
He does
boxes.
have-
Yeah. All of the heart and stuff is good, but you still need to be quality.
Yeah.
But he's good. Yeah, he's good. I think Fraser's good.
He is quality, but you're right. He's not a name brand, so a lot of fans look at it. Cause I see a lot of fans saying, "Why would you take him from that club?" For me personally, I don't really care about what club he's come from or the name. He can make his name at Arsenal. Sometimes you got to look past that. There's no point. I mean, so many clubs do it. They go after Barcelona rejects, Real Madrid rejects, PSG rejects. These guys come in and they do nothing.
Exactly.
And so sometimes you have to look beyond that and make the star.
I agree.
So I think it's clear anyway that you just can't be quality coming to the Premier League and light it up.
Exactly.
You got to have that. The Premier League
It's a
is
different
unforgiving.
animal,
do you know what I mean?
yeah.
You got to be able to adapt. And when you can get players like you say that are proven, that I think that's
I know, it's
worth
a
his
no-brainer.
Yeah,
For me,
man.
it's a
Trust
no-brainer.
me. I think it's important.
I personally thought as soon as the window opened, would have locked him down. He's got 1 year left on his contract. He's clearly stated. I mean, Bournemouth even released a statement saying that we've offered him a contract. He doesn't want to sign it because the fans were on their case saying, "What's going on? Why haven't we locked down one of our star players?" He clearly doesn't want to be there. He's a professional. He's not going to go out, out of his way to make a statement. But it's clear. So I'm surprised the big team hasn't come in for him yet. But there is still 27, 28 days left of the window. So
I must say though, like from an outsider looking in at the two clubs, obviously you lot are on the ascendancy now, innit? Like everything is positive with you lot. Champions League final, new stadium, and like with Arsenal, when they had their new stadium, they didn't spend. You lot are now spending in Dombele. But with Arsenal, boy, it just looks like Koscielny now, like Koscielny ain't refusing to travel.
I don't know who he thinks he is, to be honest. He's talking about we should let him go, even though he has a year left.
So did you lot trigger that year extension, innit? Is that what happened?
I think so. And at the end of the day, I look at it as this. There's no point in coming out saying that I've given you 9 years or 10 years worth of service. Mate, you've been paid the whole time.
I couldn't believe that
you've been paid. You ain't done it for free. You've been paid.
Yeah,
so don't come out and talk about the service you've given. You've been paid for your service.
but
nicely as well.
But sometimes I think as fans, we all are, he's been paid this, he's been paid that. He's a human being. It's a job. Yes, it pays well, but it's still a job. They are human beings. They have feelings. They're not stupid. They see what's going on around. Let's be realistic. If we take the emotion and passion out of it, he's at a club now that are not performing to the level they used to perform at. He's at a club now where everything,
what I'll add on
players,
I'll add on that, sorry to cut you, but it's also, he's at a club that you're even saying about the Kroenke guy, he's in the club, so imagine how you're feeling. He must be feeling even worse.
I get it.
You man ain't really looking to, you ain't got no ambition to really proceed.
But then if that's the case, he can buy himself out.
Yeah, he can do, but then why would he? I mean, we don't know. We're hearing stuff. Maybe there was a gentleman's agreement where, at the end of the day, if we're not doing this or not doing that, then we'll let you go for this and that. But then they might have just turned around and triggered his clause without him, so there might be stuff going on behind the scenes.
I do think it's peak though when you're captain.
Yeah, your captain.
I don't think that's right. Whatever's happening, you have to turn up.
Yeah, of course you do. It's a job. You're getting paid for it.
And what I want to touch on as well is that this portrayal of, for example, Paul Pogba. This guy's seen as the one away, the deviant, the guy that doesn't conform, etc., talented guy, causes a lot of problems. It's all clear, we've all seen that Paul Pogba has stated that he does want to move and he wants a new challenge, his agents come out. But this guy's a consummate professional. He, even with all that stuff going on, he turned up at training, he's putting in a shift, and he's going about it the right way. Where we've got also, Eden Hazard, the same thing. He was putting in shifts, even in our Europa final. It was his last game. He still put in a shift, was man of the match, obviously won the trophy and left, on a high. Where you've got guys, for example, like Koscielny, who, the media have never portrayed him as a bad egg or this and that, and this is the guy that doesn't turn up. So
it's all about media agendas, and I've gone on about this. All about media agendas because, and I remember And there's certain men that get bought into the agenda, even in my Man United groups, guys that I'm cool and close with, they get bought into it. Like, we played Liverpool, Pogba, Jose dropped Pogba, and I was like, okay, I'm glad, because we're still going to get turned over, and then who's going to be to blame this time?
There's going to be no fool guy.
At the end of the game, Souness and them man in the studio are still talking about Pogba. I'm like, he weren't playing. What are you talking about Paul Pogba for? Talk about the players that were on the pitch that just got banged over 3-0. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, even I read and heard the other day that Fergie didn't want to get rid of Pogba the first time around. Whereas everything I've been hearing up until last week was that Fergie knew that Pogba was a bad egg and he wanted him gone. Whereas apparently, and I ain't checked the sources myself, but it's meant to be in his book that he's talked about how good and professional Pogba was, and how he sent Evra to go to his house to convince him to stay.
I've seen when Evra was interviewed by Gary Neville,
Evra
touched on that.
So it's like, so why would it's Raiola that Fergie couldn't deal with? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the super agent.
Everything out of the club is Pogba's a professional.
Yeah.
He trains hard. Everybody around the club, he smiles, he talks, and he's happy. Anybody that knows Pogba, he's a nice person. But yet he's a bad egg. He's a bad.
They were saying, the media was saying that, you need to watch out. You need to make sure that Pogba's not around Rashford. He's gonna turn Rashford, and
they're doing the same with Lingard now. It's getting stupid. They're like, even seeing on Twitter, the guy that these donuts are getting at Lingard on Twitter saying, "Stay away from Aaron Wan-Bissaka." Like,
I ain't seen that.
Oh, it's stupid. It's like one man is gonna turn this man. I'm like, come on, man.
What you need to understand is you can't listen to anything the media says anymore.
You gotta take a pinch of salt. I mean, certain times if you see things from all different, you're like, okay, there must be some kind of element of truth in it. But you've also got to be intelligent enough to dissect and really, because
when I realised, especially Sky Sports are on some mad thing, was when Sterling had the gunshot tattoo,
on his
and Sterling released a statement himself. And Sky Sports left out a word on the statement. Didn't you remember that? And it made it out because that one word, I can't remember exactly what it was. That one word,
the whole context of the
statement, everything. And I'm like, why would you do that? That's when I realised that Sky Sports on the madness.
I can't not take none of them seriously.
But now they love him now because obviously since then Sterling has gone on to.
Sterling's my MVP still.
He's had a great season, but because he spoke up about racism and he's been putting in money behind the scenes. He also paid for I think that kid's funeral for QPR.
Called out the Daily Mail as well.
Oh yeah, obviously called out the Daily Mail as well. So that was a big thing. Sorry, going back to what we said about Pogba being a professional. Look at Griezmann. He didn't turn up for training. I mean, now he's been.
He's got a fixture next season. Atletico v Barcelona, especially Atletico ground. Them fans, boy.
It's gonna be.
So has the Griezmann deal gone through now?
What happens in Spain is that you buy your own contract out. So if there's a release clause for 75 million, for example. The club or your lawyers can go down to the Liga headquarters, they drop out the 75 million, that triggers that clause and you're gone. It doesn't have to be agreed like, in the Premier League.
So that's what happened with Griezmann.
That's what happened with Griezmann. So the thing is, I think, say for argument's sake, the release clause was 125 mil before X date. Atletico are saying they have credible sources and they have proof that Barcelona had agreed to buy Griezmann before the date, so they owe him 125. Now Griezmann has come, it was 200 million. Griezmann has release clause after X date then dropped to say 100 million. So they're, Barcelona and Griezmann have gone down and paid that 100 million, but they're like, no, we want the 200 because you were in talks with him at this time and this is what happened and we've got proof. So they're like, even though it's gone through, you owe us more money. But because it's done through the Liga headquarters, they can argue about it, but it's already done. So it's not like the FM where you have to agree the fee and terms and everything like that. It's a bit...
When I saw that statement actually come from Sky Sports, it was like, Griezmann, he's been reported that he needs to get back to train, and they've given his number away. Felix has got his number. I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on here?
Because if you remember, Neymar did the thing that's really interesting is that Barcelona come out and said they want Neymar. Also, then Real Madrid has said that they also want him. But if you remember how Neymar left Barcelona, it's on really bad terms because he just literally didn't turn up to training and he bought himself out. Just how Atletico.
Neymar is one of the.
I think he's a bad egg.
Neymar ain't about this football. He's gonna drop. I can see him dropping off now.
Yeah,
he's been dropping off.
28.
All of these bloody
28
now, about 27, 28. I think he's about 28 now. So, but
something wrong with these Brazilians, man.
They're sometimes I think they're more concerned in the lifestyle and the culture than the actual football.
When they come from very little, then they get the P, and then they probably just lose interest in the football. Because it happened to so many of them. Ronaldinho was my guy. Even he just died.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see. We'll see what happens because I can't. How can Barcelona afford Neymar after spending all that money, and even Real Madrid? How can they afford unless they start selling some of these guys?
Where's Coutinho going now? Is he staying or is he going?
That's the thing. They're saying Coutinho and Dembele. So one of those two's got to go.
But they bought Dembele for big money. Wasn't it a record?
Yeah, they spent 125 million. Even Coutinho was over 100 mil. Their front line is crazy. The amount of money they're spending. So I think this whole FFP is just a shambles. It just goes. It's a mockery, isn't it?
Yeah, they're blatantly loopholes.
Yeah, because PSG they sign Mbappe for a year on loan, and then all of a sudden they buy him for like X amount.
It's just a joke.
Yeah, it's just a joke. It's a joke.
Only Arsenal trying to play ball, jokers. Mate, if I'm seeing these clubs doing bits, man, I'm like, nah, we got to start doing bits as well.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it, man. If they're getting away with it, I mean, obviously they're trying to come down to Man City now, but Man City ain't getting banned.
Well, saying that, Chelsea, theirs is a bit different, isn't it? Allegedly they bought underage player. I think that's why they're getting but they're,
you know what? I didn't know the reason why they've been given a ban.
I think it's something to do with touting an underage player. So they were given a year, but again, it's a mockery because they loaned Kovacic for a season, and they bought him before allegedly they bought him before the ban came in, so they can sign him. They bought Pulisic in January, so they knew what they were doing. There was ways around it, and again they've got like X amount of players out on loan. They just bring them back in, they're in a decent position considering.
They probably can hold out for a season. Even if they don't make Champions League, I think
the expectations on Lampard aren't going to be.
But they got the Hazard money.
Yeah, exactly.
You get me? So next season they're just gonna.
And they've been selling. I mean, don't forget they sold Morata back to Atletico as well. 70 mil. So they made a profit on that.
70 mil.
Yeah. They bought him for 50 mil.
They got 70 mil for Morata.
Yeah.
So then, in reality, then, like, I can understand why United are playing hardball then for Lukaku, because then if Morata went for 70 mil, then Lukaku's got to go because they got bought for similar money.
And Lukaku has scored more goals than
He's got, because I think we're trying to get the 79, 80 mil. I think
they're saying 80 mil now. It's a 75, 80 mil thing. The thing is, people diss Lukaku, and yes, his first touch might not be fantastic, but if you put him in a system which works around him, he will score goals.
That's what I believe.
And if you're looking at world-class footballers in terms of strikers, there's not many strikers out there that will bang goals as that have banged as many as Lukaku over the last 3 or 4 seasons.
No, not at all.
So I don't think he's suited to Manchester United's setup and how they play, but doesn't mean he's a bad player. You don't become a bad striker overnight. And even last season, he must have scored at least 15, 20 odd goals in all competitions. So he's still scoring.
He's still banging, and he proper helped us out when we had injuries last year. I'm a United fan, by the way. You probably guessed, but man, stepped up, banging in twos. Like, I was at Old Trafford and I saw them goals against Southampton, boy. Took his finishing very well.
What about PSG? Saved you lot in the Champions League.
No one talks about that. Fans are fickle though, innit?
Yeah, I know.
Fans are very fickle, man. But I would say that he's annoyed me at times this season, and I would be happy to see him go. But at the same time, if we don't go and we can play at a system that fits him,
then it's a no-brainer.
You'll be lethal, man. Like, as I was saying to you the other day, we bought Lukaku, Sanchez. Obviously, we didn't buy him, but we got him on a free. But the wages are big, and we got Pogba. That's big money spent. And how do those three play in a system together? It doesn't.
It's like they've only been bought in the same kind of time frame.
Yeah, it's not long. It's like we're just splashing money, buying this player, buying that player.
How they fit in and how they work together.
It's a nonsense.
It's not cohesive. I mean, the thing is, Lukaku said he wants to be a #1 striker wherever he goes. The amount of money that Man United have just, throwing at Rashford in terms of his new contract. And
How much is his new contract?
I think
It's 200.
Yeah.
200, yeah. With bonuses and stuff that can go up and go up to
Rashford. How old is Rashford?
What, 19, 20? I think he's 20 now, isn't he?
He's about 20.
Yeah, I think he's
Not bad, boy.
I
I rate him. I like him.
Yeah, I really like him as
I like
well.
him.
He's got development in him, man.
I like him.
Rashford has got he's
Like
had a
him,
poor
to be
season, just like every other United player. Like Rashford also needs to hold smoke and hold criticism, just like the rest. But he's got development, man, and hopefully under Ollie can do it too.
Yeah, I really like him, but I saw a shocking stat. His shot conversion rate is only 11%.
And that got better under Ollie, you know.
When I saw that, I couldn't believe it. But then when I think back to, there's been so many one-on-one chances and he squandered them. So he definitely needs to work on his finishing. So, but he is a really good player. I mean, against Tottenham, obviously I'm a Spurs fan. Man United versus Tottenham, first half, Pogba sprayed that ball over the top. Rashford took it in the stride, bang. They were up 1-0. So he definitely can finish. And against Spain as well, England versus Spain, when England beat Spain 3-2. Harry Kane, what was it?
Did he score the first?
Rashford scored 2 goals in that game.
Was it 2 he scored?
And Sterling, no, maybe Sterling scored 2, and I think Rashford scored 1. But Kane, Rashford, and Sterling working together in that game. He looked good. So Rashford, he can go on to be a world beater, but he's got to really start showing it now. He's 20, 21 now. It's time for him to take that next step up.
All right then, boys. Anyway, let's have a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back.
All right, cool.
Okay, so we're back in the house. So yeah, man. Top 4 predictions for next year. What are we going with?
Okay, I'm gonna go for just off my feeling, just go off a bat and just what I feel. I'm gonna say Man City first, Liverpool second, Tottenham third. I'd say 4th is up for grabs. I'm really not sure. I'm gonna say Chelsea.
You're gonna go Chelsea.
I'm gonna go on a wild card. I would say it's like Chelsea and Man United. I think Chelsea are a bit more settled now at the moment because they know what their team. Well, I'd say they know what their squad is. Lampard can't bring in any more players. Lampard fan favourite, crowd favourite. Oh, yeah, I'll go Chelsea. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, me. I want to go Man City top, Liverpool second. I think Tottenham will make the top 4. I'm not sure whether it be 3rd or 4th.
No. Don't try and cop out. What's your top 4?
Yeah, Tottenham first.
What's your top 4?
It depends on who Arsenal sign. If Arsenal sign anyone, we're not getting top 4.
Okay, well,
I think Tottenham will get 3rd.
Okay.
I think they're going to be on the up after that 65 million superstar signing. And then 4th, I'm going to give it Arsenal.
Yeah.
Depending on who, if we sign the couple players that we need, because we just missed out. So I think Chelsea, with under Lampard, they're going to be, I don't know, a bit.
There's a couple bets flying around in the group, innit? What's the 8 point?
Mate, one of my friends, his name's Carlos. What's up, Carlos? He keeps trying to draw out Tottenham fans by saying, if you're confident about finishing above us, put money up that we'll finish at least 8 points above them. For me, I think it's a pointless bet. I'm confident we'll finish above Arsenal. 8 points. I don't know. Where's this 8 points come from? I was really confusing. But
do you think that you will close? Do you think you'll be close to them?
Who, Tottenham?
Yeah. If you do make top 4.
I think so. Yeah. I think Spurs might drop off again.
You think they're gonna drop off this season?
I think they might. Not. I think later in the season. I'm sure.
I mean, just going off that. I mean, we struggled last season. We had a lot of key injuries. I mean, Harry Kane was out twice. He was obviously one of the best strikers in the world. We had Eriksen out for a while. Hugo Lloris, Toby, Vertonghen, Dele Alli. Son was out in the Asia Games. We had so many players, key players, that are out for a while. We didn't sign anyone last year, and obviously there was the stadium move, the delay. Were they going to move? Are they going to move? When it's going to happen? And with all that being said, we still finished in the top 4 and still got to a Champions League final. So I'm a bit confused when people say we're going to drop off again. We've had our adversity, and we've obviously moved into the stadium. Yeah. We're strengthening. Even if we do lose Eriksen, there's a big shout that he could go.
So what? Do you
I still feel we'll buy a quality player to replace him. And then we'll still be alright and we crack on. Because now we can attract the best players, we're paying the right wages, As you can see, we're being linked to some
Okay,
of this.
so how many points did Liverpool finish above you? You finished on 71 points.
I can't remember. I think they finished probably about 20 odd points.
26 points.
Yeah, something like that. It was quite a big
That's
gap.
a big gap to make up.
Yeah.
This is why I say that I think.
But then saying that, Liverpool, the season before, we finished above Liverpool. So they made up a big jump. They probably jumped up about 30 odd points, 20 odd points.
Yeah.
It can be done. If
You know
have
what,
the right signings in.
Everybody always says, oh, it's a big point gap to make up and stuff, but United finished second that year.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's forgotten
Exactly,
that.
that's
And then
it.
now we finished
That's
sixth.
it. Everyone's forgetting the 2 years before that. I mean, the year before last, Tottenham finished third, I believe. The year before that, we finished second. We didn't lose any home games that whole season. So
You didn't finish second.
The year before last, not so.
You've never finished
We
second.
did finish second. 2 years ago, we finished second.
Behind who?
Behind whoever won the league. I think it probably was City back then.
You don't finish. They finished second.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Leicester won the league, you lot were meant to finish
We
second,
finished
and
third.
Arsenal
Yeah,
finished
the
second.
year after that, we finished second.
Is it?
100%. Yeah. So,
Okay.
He would know, innit?
He would.
So yeah, like the gap's big, but it can be done. I mean, as long as we get the right players in. And the thing is, with us as well, I really believe we're going to bring in quality. If we lose a player, we'll bring in a quality replacement.
I think. I think your shout for Arsenal getting top four
It's
is
wild.
wild.
Well, I said it depends on what
You know what? Jason, in his heart, doesn't really believe Arsenal will finish in top four. He just doesn't want to say it.
I feel if we get the signs we're meant to get,
You don't even finish in top four.
if we get the winger, I mean, we just missed out.
But you missed out. But everyone had a shocking end to the season.
Even we had a shocking.
Yeah,
to be fair,
22 game unbeaten run.
Yeah,
but
that was getting 22 on getting. Like
Yeah,
Jason was hyping.
Remember the hype?
He was
The hashtag New Arsenal.
New Arsenal.
And I think that started in the game against you guys, right? They went in it twice in that
New
game.
Arsenal.
No, but listen. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, if we get the sign, because like I said, Arsenal, apart from our defence, beyond defence, is quite decent. Yeah, attacking
going forward, you're as scary as anyone.
But like I'm saying, if we fix up in the defence, if we sign, I mean, we're meant to get this whatever Saliba guy, but he's not going to be there. If we get Turney, hopefully that'll fix up a little bit.
Turney,
Bellingham to come back.
Turney is a top wing back.
Holding's going to be there.
Your centre, your centre,
remember, he was doing bits before he got injured. You know, he was doing bits.
Your centre back positions is where you need to really strengthen, and you're not really being linked to any quality centre backs. I know the market, there's still quite a bit of time left, but the players that you're talking about bringing in, they're not really gonna.
Well, I said it in my Arsenal group that we should just go and get that Brighton defender done.
Yeah, I think he's a really good defender.
It is clear to see we could easily just go and pick him off from Brighton if we wanted to.
The shout is, if Leicester do sell Maguire to Man United,
they're going to go after Dunn.
And they're throwing the money at him and get him. But it's about the intent. Arsenal aren't really showing the intent to really improve in these positions.
The most frustrating period as an Arsenal fan.
So it's because Dunk is proven and he's a quality defender. And he's not going to come. I mean, obviously Brighton will hold out for a little bit if they know that the club is just sold.
And he's only about 27.
Yeah, he's still got quite. He's a decent player, but that's the shout. If Maguire,
it's frustrating, man. Seriously,
go for him.
So I think anyway. So my top four prediction, I'm gonna say on here. You know what? Everybody's saying City.
You think Liverpool's gonna do it?
Nah, Liverpool ain't winning the league.
Oh God! Imagine that, boy.
Not while I'm still alive. Liverpool are not winning the league.
There was only 1 point behind City last season, and
they had the best season ever, and they didn't win it. So for me, I'm looking at that now, and I'm like, that was their chance.
They only lost one game, which is bonkers when you think about it. Probably across the whole of the top leagues in Europe. Yeah, I think they probably lost the least amount of games. I mean, they lost one game. So unless you go on invincible,
they done a thing I saw on Twitter where they said how close Liverpool was to win the league. When they played Man City, they had a ball cleared off the line.
Yeah.
Oh, was it John Stones when he did that flap around?
Yeah, I think it was Stones.
They put a picture of the ball on the. And
it was like this. Yeah. If there wasn't goal line technology,
it's crazy.
You know,
I love it though. Ruben.
I mean, Liverpool. They had an amazing season. I have to give it to them, and the fact they had no key injury, none of their top boys was out.
that was key.
And that was key, and I don't know if they had that again.
Exactly, man. Look, everything. This is why I thought I was worrying. I was like shitting myself. everything just seemed to be working in
Everything
their
was
favour.
aligned. I mean,
But then when they lost to City, I was thinking, because even City winning that game, I don't know how they ended up winning. I was thinking, ooh. Then I started to think maybe it's gonna flow back to City, but
Liverpool.
yeah,
I thought Liverpool's because going back to cut you off, against Tottenham, they were really lucky in the sense of how they. I think they went up 1-0. We drew it back to 1-1.
They lost.
Sissoko flopped that chance.
Sissoko flopped that chance, and then they had I think obviously they got a lucky own goal. Salah hit the ball, it came off. Hugo pushed it out, and it came off Toby Alderweireld. It's a freak. I mean, that was a lucky goal, and against Everton where Jordan Pickford
that was
just let the ball. It was a
nonsense.
It was a stalemate game. It was an awful game. It was just after the Tottenham Arsenal game, which is an amazing game by that.
That's what we watched that at things, isn't it?
We got smashed that day, so I was a bit. But the game after,
we're gonna do it again next year.
Yeah, we definitely got to link up that game.
You have to link up. That was fun. I ain't gonna lie.
What top are you gonna be wearing that day?
I'm wearing my United top that day. You get me? I was on crutches then, innit?
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then Jordan Pickford should have just let the ball go out. Game would have probably been over. I don't know why he tried to save the ball.
Even then,
he reached behind the line.
You can watch that.
I know.
Watch that again and again, and you will never see that happen ever again.
He dropped the ball, and then Divock Origi just came in and tucked it in. So these kind of things, everything was lined up for Liverpool. So,
so anyway, my top 4 prediction, because Pat cut me off.
I'm sorry.
is I will go City.
Yeah.
Because I can't go Liverpool. I think Liverpool are 30. I can't even, as much as I hate them, I can't hate on them. They're a serious team. So I would say Liverpool second, City first, Liverpool second, Spurs third, and United fourth. And the reason I'm putting United in there, whilst we got so much issues going on, Arsenal I just think are just jokers. They are the original Banter FC. Inc. You get me? Inc.
What last forever, man?
So they're not finishing top 4. And Chelsea, I just think the Lampard appointment, whilst I think I agree, I understand why Lampard's been appointed, I don't think it's the right appointment. They can't sign anybody. They've lost Hazard. Now Hazard, it doesn't matter about their team and everything. For me, Hazard was that guy. You know what I'm saying? When he turns up, he was carrying them for ages, and then when he was going missing, they were dying. So then I just take Hazard out of that now, and I'm thinking these are going to struggle. Imagine the Chelsea team now without Hazard.
Is that American? What's his name? Is he any good?
He's okay. I mean, I've seen quite a few games for him for Dortmund. There's a thing where in the last quarter of the season, he wasn't even getting into the team.
Oh, serious?
So his form dropped off that much. He's young. He needs time. He's not really going to get the time now because he's been bought for big money. They're going to expect big things out of him.
How much they pay for him?
60 odd million. But they wrapped it up quickly, bang.
That was quick.
Set him back. It was nicely done. Chelsea and to be fair to Chelsea, they've handled this transfer embargo quite. They've really thought about what they're doing, and so they brought him in. He's no Eden Hazard, so I mean
Chelsea without Hazard.
It's crazy.
I'm glad he's gone, to be honest.
It's a wrap for them.
I'm sad that he's gone, but I'm glad he's gone.
It was a massive problem. It was an issue. I mean, I'm going back to a game, Chelsea versus West Ham last season.
That goal, that solo.
The two teams were evenly balanced. There was not much in it. West Ham were playing well. Chelsea were playing okay. It was really evenly balanced. Out of nowhere, bang! Hazard scores 2 goals. They win 2-0. And the second goal, where he literally drifted past the defenders, banged it in the left-hand corner, whichever.
He's a game changer.
Yeah, he's a game changer. So you lose that, you're losing a lot of points.
Game changer, man.
With Hazard in your team, you know he's always capable of pulling out something.
Capable of something at any time.
I do remember when he had that bad season. I think it was under.
Jose.
It was a season after they won the league.
What? It was under Jose.
It was under Jose.
Yeah. It was when Jose got sacked that season.
That's
because everybody. This is what I'm trying to say. People forget. Hazard scored 3 goals that year. I think it was.
It was really bad.
3 goals that year.
That's crazy.
But yet people want to get on to Pogba. My man's our top goal scorer and top assist in a season where
chances created, everything really. Passes in the final third. But
no one weren't getting on to Hazard about being this bad guy and bad influence and all of this shit.
He's one of the main ones, isn't it?
That wanted Jose. I think Jose's done in club football.
Going back to your point, so why Man United over Chelsea? So you're saying about you just think it's too early for Lampard?
I think it's too early for Lampard, and I'm just taking Hazard out of a Chelsea team, and I make them. I think not average. I'm not going to say they're going to finish 8th or something, come, but I just think to myself,
It was
when in those games, in the big games, they're gonna come on. I think they're gonna come unstuck.
Yeah, of course they will.
I think they're gonna come unstuck. And I'm hoping that we're gonna still do a little bit more business between now and the end, and we need to bring in.
What do you think? So when you say you're doing business, do you think that business involves you losing Pogba, or do you think he'll stay? I mean, what do you think?
You know what? One day I think he's staying. One day I think he's going.
Yeah.
One day I think he's staying. One day I think he's going. Today, if you was to ask me, I think that we're actually going to keep Pogba for one more year.
Yeah, I think he'll stay. I can't see him going.
I think we're going to keep Pogba for one more year, purely on the fact as well that the teams that want him, i.e. Real Madrid, they're spending a huge amount of money. They ain't got the money. They haven't got the money to buy.
How much do you want for him again?
It's going to be in the region 120 to 150.
Well, now, I'm seeing now Man United are saying they want 200 million. I'm seeing today, I
200 mil.
saw a report saying that Man United are not happy with how Guardiola's been handling business, and now they've upped the fee to 2 million.
Yeah,
200 million.
yeah, so that's just basically saying he's not leaving.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably do what we did with Ronaldo. He'll give us another year. He'll go next year, and he'll go for cheaper next year. Real Madrid can buy him for cheaper.
80 mil, maybe.
Yeah, he'll be there or thereabouts, 80, 90 mil. Yeah, he's gonna be less. So I think we'll keep Pogba, and we'll still bring in another midfielder to complement him this time, and then we'll hopefully have brains to work on another midfielder from now to come in next season when he goes. Then we've got, obviously, Rashford's been signed up now on a new contract. We've got we've still got a man like Martial. People sleeping on Martial.
Yeah, that's true.
He is our top goal scorer. Yeah. Currently in the team, he's our top goal scorer, and he's ice cold in front of goal. And
he's vapid.
What is he? Is he an actual striker?
He's a striker. This is our problem. We playing bare players out of position. We buy Sanchez, play him out of position. We buy Martial, he's a striker. Under LVG, he was playing as a striker. Now he's on the wing all of the time. He's not a winger. Rashford's actually not a winger. So when he's underperforming as well, when he's on the wing, he's not actually a winger.
Got strikers in that team.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got Lukaku. So we got to sort out the balance, man. That's what I'm saying. We got to really sort out the balance, and we got to start. It looks like Ollie now is building a team that fits a certain philosophy. So young players, hungry players, and we're going to have a good crop of English players as well, because we've always had that. So I think it is paramount to my top 4 shout that we get a central defender. It is paramount. So I'm hoping, a lot of people not rating him, but I'm hoping that we get Maguire, because for me, he's solid.
I think
he's aerial in our box. In the opposition box, he's a goal threat.
I think he's a quality defender.
Yeah,
I really do. I think he's a lot quicker than people give him.
Yeah, of course.
He's good at tackling.
And he's good with the ball at his feet as well.
Yeah, he's a good player. I really think he's one of the best defenders outside of the top 6. Well, I say outside the top 6, he's better than a lot of defenders that are at clubs that are in the top 6. Personally, so
better than Koscielny.
Yeah, he's better than
Who have you lot got in defence? Mustafi,
Koscielny, Holding, Socrates.
I think Socrates alright, to be fair.
He's alright. He can do a job.
The game against Tottenham,
he's not
level, but he can do a job.
The game against Tottenham, I'll give him his credit. He shackled Harry Kane, and I was really surprised. I think there was a time when him and Harry Kane ran for the ball, and he left Harry Kane for dead. And Harry Kane's he's not the quickest, but he's not the slowest either. And I was like, wow, this guy's actually a lot better than what I thought he was. So I admit I don't watch him every game, and he hasn't really played that many games as well. But in that game, I'll actually give him his credit. He shackled Harry Kane, did a good job he did a good job. So I think he's a decent defender. But going back to the point about the top 4, I was locked. It changes. My mind changes all the time. Either Man United, Chelsea, Man United. When the window closes, I'll be able to give you a better.
We'll be able to
because it's out of those 2. I think for top 4, I think the top 3 are set in my humble opinion, and then I think 4th is up for grabs between Man United and Chelsea. Obviously, anything can change.
So Arsenal ain't got a hope out there.
I mean, never say never. You could never tell, because Arsenal do have quality players in that team, and you just don't know what's going to happen in the season.
People finish their fucking penalties when they take them, all sorts.
But I just don't. Yeah, I can't. I think every team has strengthened. Arsenal haven't at the moment, again, which is also a key thing to look at. And then you've also got teams like
Arsenal have strength.
You've also got teams like Leicester, Everton, and obviously Wolverhampton that are knocking on the door.
Actually, so that's what I want to do. I want to do a shout and then we'll have a look back at this at the end of the season. Yeah. So who's your pick then for like the team, a wild card to break in, or to break in? No one's going to break into the top 6, but your 7th spot. Yeah, if you have to choose one, that's going to run the team that everybody goes.
For me, if Wolves get Diego Costa, I think the Wolves.
Yeah. But you got to remember, Wolverhampton have got European football this season. They had a tight-knit squad. I think, looking back, they only played 16 players last season. So they had a team that didn't get injured, and they pretty much played the same players every single game. You're playing a Thursday, Sunday. You need 2 squads. So you need depth now, you need quality. Have they got the teams to do that?
So you're not feeling the Wolves?
Nah, I'm
who you going
for Leicester.
You're going for
got
Leicester.
Brendan Rodgers that came in at the back end of the season. Straight away he electrified that club. They look like a different outfit. You got Vardy up front, you got Harvey Barnes, who's a tidy young player. You got Maddison, who's a nice creator, great on the ball, can pick a pass, can score some free kicks. They've signed Tielemans. I'm not going to go crazy about Tielemans. I think he's okay. I don't see the hype. I mean, he was linked to Man United, Tottenham. I was hoping we didn't spend 40-50 million on him. I think he's a tidy young player. He's not that great. But if you look at the Leicester team, they've got a good team. If they keep Maguire, and obviously they've also bought in, what's his name, Perez from Newcastle. So they've got players.
So even if they lose Maguire, you think they'll make it into the top? They could break into the top? They could,
because they get Dunk. So straight away there, obviously Dunk's not Harry Maguire level, but you never know, he could turn up another notch playing with better players around him. So I do think if anyone's going to break into that top 6, it will be Leicester, and I think they will look in that 7th place.
Yeah, Watford will fall off this year.
Yeah.
And Everton are just jokers. You can't rely on them. So I would go, I would actually go Leicester over Wolves as well, actually. I'll go Leicester over Wolves. Because of the Brendan Rodgers factor, and not really so much more than that. It's more the Brendan Rodgers.
Okay.
I think he's been there, done that. Yeah. He's a good manager. Yeah. I think.
Where did Leicester finish last season?
I could pull it up. And
Man United finished. You finished 6th, didn't you?
Yeah, we finished 6th, and I can't.
Wolves definitely finished 7th.
That means Leicester. Or was it Leicester or Watford?
Then I'll check it out right now. But I definitely know that Wolves finished 7th.
See, because towards the end of the season, boy, I was screwing. I wasn't even looking at Prem tables.
Okay, so
I didn't even realise that. I'll be honest. I didn't even know that Arsenal got that close to they finished how did it?
Arsenal finished 5th.
Okay. Yeah, but you lot were close to Spurs in points, innit?
A point.
Yeah, a point. I didn't even realise.
There's a goal difference. Even if we lost that game, if we lost the game, you lot won.
That's what it. Because Chelsea finished 3rd, didn't they?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Last season, Man City won first on 98 points. Liverpool 2nd on 97 points. Chelsea 3rd on 72 points. Tottenham 4th on 71 points. Arsenal 5th on 70 points. So it was really tight between the 3rd to 5th. Man United 6th on 66 points.
Jokers.
Wolverhampton Wanderers 7th on 57 points. So there's a big gap after that. Everton 8th on 54 points. Leicester 9th on 52. West Ham 10th on 52. No one really talks about that, but they finished on 52 points. Watford 11th on 50. Crystal Palace 12th and 4.
Watford finished all the way down there in the end. Oh wow!
But you have to remember, Watford were in. No, they didn't get to the. Did they get to the finals? Yeah, they did. They got to the finals. They beat Wolves, didn't they? Watford got to the finals against Man City. And they got pumped. So at the back end of the season, they tailed off because they were, they were thinking about that.
FA Cup.
Yeah, they were focused on the FA Cup.
All right then, boys. We're gonna have to wrap it up today. That's the end of Everyone's a Pundit podcast. Hope you man enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So subscribe. It's gonna be coming out weekly anyway. So yeah, man, do your thing. Follow the movement. As I said, we're just here chatting football, man.
Yeah,
giving you that real fans' opinion. Because that's what I wanted it to be like. How everybody's in their WhatsApp group. Everybody has that football WhatsApp group. So just wanted to bring that kind of vibe here. So yeah, man. Until next week, Pat.
See you later.
Jay?
Peace out.
Bless. Laters.